So to start out, I needed to get something off of this zinc yellow GT, and that is the tie rod end link. I have more of these on the Sonic Blue GT that I can replace it with, but I needed this one in the meantime because the silver GT had one that was sheared off in the accident, and it was actually an aftermarket one. It didn't even match anyway, so got the end links on there so I could get the sway bar put on there. It takes basically two people to pull those together and put the sway bar on, but I did that, had my son come help me, and the car's cleaned out pretty good now. It's been storing a lot of parts as I've been working. Even though I had cleaned out this car when I got it, it did need another vacuuming and cleaning out so that it'd be ready to go. And now I'm going to put the seats in the car. And I made a decision that I would like to put the cloth GT seats out of my Sonic Blue GT in this car. And that's mostly because I'll be daily driving this a lot, and my wife too, and the kids are going to be riding it all the time, so might as well put the cloth seats in there. Now, I did have to solder a new harness in for the seat, and I did get this out of my Sonic Blue GT. The guy had cut this when he sold the seats out of this car, so I took out these seats. Here's beautiful black leather seats in this car, and like I was saying, that's why I want to take these out, because the kids are going to be riding in it. There'll be a car seat back there. There'll be things that are going to smash into these beautiful leather seats, and so I'd rather preserve these and use the cloth seats that I had lying around. And these cloth seats, this part here came out of the Sonic Blue GT, but if you saw my other video, I got the bottom section out of the wrecking yard out of a V6, which is the same color, not the same pattern, but close enough. And I'm very happy about that because the car seats and boosters can sit on it. This is it right here. I cleaned it up a little, but I decided to go ahead and double check it with a tennis racket and make sure I got it cleaned out nicely, beat all the dust out of it. It was pretty clean. But I want this in the back seat, and see, it matches nicely. And I'll be able to have that in here and have all the wear and tear, because I was going to take the Mach 1 seats out of my Mach 1, the extra set that are currently my yellow one now, and put them in here, but I thought I might as well use these. Even though they've been in my yellow GT and they were going to go in there eventually, I might as well use them now. So I did replace this top piece of the center console. I had another one lying around, so just did that, and now I'm ready to get the car ready to be started, and I have all that cleaned up and ready to go. So here we go. You'll notice that it's low on transmission fluid, so it has a hard time shifting with a torque converter, so you'll see what I do. So as you can see, it doesn't like to go forward as easily. It kind of takes a second, and that's because it's low on transmission fluid. It's leaking out of the yoke, like I said. And so I did check the fluid level, and it had plenty in there, but after I ran it, it went down. So I added fluid, and that way the torque converter can fill up with fluid and everything. It's just, there's a process when you put a new engine in a car and a new transmission, you fill with fluid and you cycle it through, and I'm going to do that right now. And I was expecting that was a possibility. And so when you do that, you'll cycle it into drive, reverse, back and forth, and just get it going like that as you've added fluid. And you'll see this is what I'm doing here, all the way down to 1, and holding the brake the whole time, and you kind of feel the car lunging and going and trying, and that's supposed to pump fluid in the torque converter, from what I understand. And I've had a few automatics before, and this is what I've had to do before, and then all of a sudden now you feel the car trying to overpower the brakes, and it's got enough fluid in it. So here's the first drive. So nice and easy, nice and smooth over to my brother's house. He has a nice air compressor, and he's always nice enough to let me come over and put air in my tires. So that's the update for the Silver Mustang GT. It is driving. I did get the first maiden voyage and drove it around the block, drove it a couple streets over to my brother's house, and so that was great. And so it's doing really well. More updates to come, a lot of things I'm doing to the car, so stay tuned for those updates and Mustang content. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video.